the Lexus RX essentially dominates the mid-size luxury SUV sales charts. But it could be more dominant. To help make that happen, Lexus has introduced the RX L.
You've probably noticed this doesn't look much different from the standard RX, but bust out the side-by-side imagery, and yes, the L is slightly longer, 4.3 inches to be specific. That extra length has been tastefully grafted to the RXL's rear, which, if you were wondering, shares the same wheelbase as the standard RX.
What does 4.3 inches get you? A slightly steeper rear window, 2 more seats, and slightly more luggage space.
Lower its standard power third row, and cargo space behind the RXL's second row handily tops the regular RX, an advantage that drops to about 2 cubic feet with all the seats folded. Speaking of the RXL's rear seats, a quick analysis reveals a notable lack of legroom versus the competition.
But numbers do not always tell the entire story. Let's see how I fit in the third row. Okay. I don't fit in the third row. Hey, Tim, can you sit in the second row for me? How much leg space do you have? Can you move up at all? Because my knees are touching the seat back. Oh, now this doesn't work. Okay, it works. If we needed to get somewhere, we could get somewhere like this, but it's not pleasant.
Adult worthy? It is not. But for occasional kid use, the RXL's third row could work. Interestingly, adding a third row to the RX has squeezed second row legroom from 38 inches to a cozy 30.9, placing the 7-seat Lexus well behind its previously mentioned competition.
With the second row slid to the most forward position, this is as much legroom as I have. I'm also told that the second row sits up a little bit higher than in the 5-passenger RX, so there's a little more foot space beneath here. So my feet do technically slide underneath the second row, but my knees are just jammed into the seat back. Not great.
Do you have climate controls?
Oh, hey, I do have climate controls.
You might also be wondering if the RXL drives differently than the original 2-row RX.
Nope.
To be somewhat more incisive, the RX 350L uses the same V6 as the RX 350, but weighs about 240 pounds more. And that weight has an effect on performance.
A modest effect. Acceleration from 0 to 60 in the RXL is 0.2 of a second slower than in the regular RX. I'm not sure I'd notice the difference from the driver's seat, and I get paid to do this. Also, I get paid to occasionally jump RXLs. Sure.
Like the RX, the RXL can tow 3,500 pounds, though the L's extra heft does reduce city and highway efficiency by 1 mpg.
I suppose you might also detect the extra weight of the L during aggressive cornering, but as an RX buyer, I don't know how that affects you. See, I don't own the RX, that's why I can drive so aggressively. Seven seats of fury.
Starting at $48,665, including destination charges, the front-wheel drive RX 350L costs $4,400 more than a 2-row RX 350. When it arrives in dealerships, the RX 450HL Hybrid will cost $51,500 and come exclusively with all-wheel drive and a 6-seat cabin that's optional on the gasoline-powered RX 350L.
If you love the Lexus RX, and based on sales numbers, you probably do, the RXL with its occasional use third-row seats and expanded storage space might make it a winner. But if you want a luxury mid-size 3-row SUV with truly usable seating in all rows, you got better choices.